Your journey can only begin when the self-doubts stop. The first step is harnessing your bravery within. Believing in you is your host, Sean G. Williams. Hello and good day to you all. My name is Sean, and I'd like to thank you for tuning into another episode of Bravery Within. This episode is going to be probably a little bit different than what you're used to. It's still dealing with weight loss and stuff there, and some of the information you are more than likely have gonna already heard, but I've been getting some questions and stuff there about the pain that you go through, some of the problems that you go through when you have massive weight loss, and it's been spread out over several episodes. So what I thought I would do is, being that my episodes, you don't have to go episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. You don't have to. You can bounce around, and I'm learning that a lot of people are. But the problem is I keep getting questions on the pain and everything that I've talked about in the past. So I thought what I would do is try to make it a little bit easier for everybody there, and I guess I should have thought of this here before, when I was starting out in the podcast there, to put all this information together in one spot for you. So episode 14 is going to be the pain of massive weight loss. And like I said, I've talked about this many times before, but my hope is it's going to be able to help you through some of the rough spots that I went through, the ups and the downs and everything there. As what my ultimate hope is to try to make anything easier. If there's something that I have gone through where that can help you, a little bit of information, a little bit different ways of doing something, I'm hoping that something in these podcasts will help you. So I decided for episode 14, what I would do is I would take a lot of the information that has been spread out over several podcasts and put it into one podcast for you. So today's topics that we're going to be talking about is the pain of massive weight loss. The second one is going to be natural pain relievers to try and help you. The third part that we're going to be talking about is putting in the work necessary to lose the weight and keep it off. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to get started with this podcast today. So I just wanted to let you know, the first section that we're going to be talking about is the pain of massive weight loss. And as I've already reiterated and stuff there, I have brought some of this information together already in several podcasts, but this is just going to be one lump sum podcast. So I apologize if you've heard some of this stuff before, but just know that I'm not trying to bore you or I'm running out of material. I just thought it would be good to put all this information into one podcast. So off we go. I'm not going to lie, I'll be very honest with you on this one here. There is going to be pain involved with your weight loss journey. To be very honest, if I had known how much I'm going to hurt, how much pain I was going to go through, how many hiccups I was going to run to, I'm not sure that I would have actually started my own weight loss journey. I think I'd have just let the weight run its course and just have a heart attack and done. But like I've said before, I can't do that because I've got a family that relies on me. I've got friends that rely on me. I'm the rock when they need something. I have to be there for them. So with all that stuff all factored in, I had to start down on my own personal weight loss journey. So some of the things that I have run into, I wish some of these things I would have known, and I've had, my good friend Rebecca, she's helped me through a bunch of stuff because she's the one that was on the podcast and stuff there that talked about, and she had the weight loss surgery. And luckily, the stuff that she went through, she was about 6 months ahead of me for going through all this stuff. And I watched, how miserable she was, how tough she was to get through all this stuff, the changes she had to do. She's incredible. I mean, it's amazing to just watch her that she's gone through. And now she's over 250 pounds down, and she's just incredible. So I decided that I didn't always understand where she was coming from. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do my own weight loss journey with her. But it took me about 6 months to get my brain in the right spot, and I just decided to use January 1st as a jumping off spot, kind of like what everybody else does. And it's just like, guess what, you know what, we're gonna go all in. But some of the things that I've run into, and she did too, and she's helped me through it, and that's why I'd like to help you guys. Some of the things that I've run into is joint pain, severe joint pain. It's been horrible. The way it was explained to me is you take a rubber band, and if you stretch it to the max and it stays that way, it's going to take time for when you let go of that rubber band for it to come back to its original size. It doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't happen instantly, but that's kind of how your joints are. Your joints had to expand to hold the extra weight that you were carrying around because you're walking around, you're hiking, you're swimming, you're whatever it is. Just simple walking around, there's so much stress on your joints to hold together. They basically stretch out to accommodate you moving around and the weight. So the joint pain, as things are starting to, because I've lost so much weight myself, the joint pain has been really, really horrific at times. I mean, I have a very, very high pain tolerance. I've been dealing with, basically, I mean, you started out with toothaches, and I started out there back when I think I was 10 when I got my first one. And from there on out, I've just known nothing but pain. But this pain was like a whole different ball game. It was in a whole different ball field for pain wise and stuff. So as my joints started to come back into somewhat normal, they just ache, they hurt. Along with that went along with severe muscle pain and cramps. All of those trying to pull everything back together again was just, sometimes it would hurt to walk. I mean, you'd walk around with tears in your eyes because everything hurt so bad. And I know she went through the same thing, so we just basically helped each other out as we were going through this. Another thing that I ran into that I wasn't ready for was, I call it, I don't know what the technical term is, but to me, I just call it a brain fog. I just couldn't think. I couldn't remember. I couldn't memorize. I couldn't think on my feet as fast. I was always really good and really fast with comebacks my whole life. And with this stuff here, it was like I was just running on an old Windows program, and it was just booting, reloading, and I couldn't get my brain to work. I mean, you could have wrapped it up in a blanket and put it, in bed to go to sleep. That's what it felt like. I just couldn't get anything going. It was really, really weird, because that, and with the memory problems that I had, I mean, it was really weird. I mean, as I used to be able to look at something on the screen, and then I could go do something, come back 10 minutes later, and I'd still remember it. Now I look at the screen, look down, and I got to write it on a piece of paper because I can't remember from the screen to the desk what was I just remembering. I've been told that will get better once I start bringing up my caloric intake, and my body, the carbs come up, so it has something to work with. But for now, I just have to stay on this path to make sure that I continue to take the weight off and continue to go forward. Another thing that I ran into was severe bottoming out when you're just literally out of fuel. There's nothing left. I've been many times where my rib cage and stuff there, so we all have it, and it flexes with breathing, yawning, moving. I mean, your rib cage does an incredible amount of moving for just everyday life. But one thing that I learned there as I was going through, and I continue to, and I still have problems with this, is basically your rib cage and everything, because your muscles are sucking everything in while your ribs and everything got to go with it. And there were times where, I mean, I literally could not touch my sides around my stomach and stuff there because my ribs hurt so bad. It was just incredible. I didn't feel like I could eat, and there were times it just hurt to breathe because everything expands and contracts as you breathe. Well, if the ribs are sore and everything, it just hurts. So there were other my joints, my bones, everything hurt because everything had been, when you carry over 300 pounds of excess weight on everything, on your frame, it's just like, okay, now we're starting to shrink down, we're starting to get smaller, and your body has got to compensate again for it all. So that's just some of the things that I ran into. It will take time, and it does get better. In the beginning, I think it was way far worse than what I'm going through now. I don't have near the problems that I do. I mean, I'm into month 17, so I mean, I'm doing better. Everything feels a little bit better, but I still have those problems. I still have to be careful. Bottoming out, being that I run so low on calories constantly, I have to be so very, very careful with that, because it seems like the more that I do it, it takes longer for me to get going again and jumpstart my body, and it just hurts. Because when I bottom out, then your body is trying to just get energy from anywhere it can in the body. It's going to attack the muscles first, and for me, with all the joint pain that I have, it's just kind of like it just attacks the joints even faster. So it's kind of like Pac-Man going through your body. Well, it goes after the muscles and goes after my joints. So I have to be really, really careful about bottoming out. And sometimes I do it and I don't even realize it. But I just keep pushing forward because I know this is what I gotta do to get back to a normal size, to try to basically extend my life if possible. Because like I said, I have got people, that are relying on me. I mean, I've got a puppy that relies on me. I've got family, friends. So checking out early is just not an option. So I have to do what I can to make things better, to make my body work better. And this honestly is the best way to do it. So with everything that I'm going through constantly, to be very, very honest, I don't regret doing it. It does hurt. So to do that, what I tried to do is to not rely on, constantly taking ibuprofen or medicines or anything like that. I wanted to try to figure out, okay, there's got to be a better way if I'm going to be going through this and this is going to be a permanent thing. And now I know once I get down to the size I want, most of those pains will go away, my brain fog will go away. But until that time, I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to try to make things better? And like I said in other podcasts, I'll do different puzzles, different games, anything to try to keep the mind going, to keep it active. I do a lot of hiking and walking, which basically leads into the second part of natural pain relievers that will try and help you. So the second part of this podcast is just dedicated to trying to find ways that you don't rely on. For me, I have to rely on a lot of arthritis medicine and ibuprofen to try to continue to walk and keep going. Because after I had my reconstructive back surgery, the doctor gave me a year and a half, and he said I would be in a wheelchair, done. I wouldn't be able to do anything for the rest of my life. Well, I've beat those odds. I'm at almost 20 years, and I'm still walking. I have pain every day. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, it bottoms out. Basically, I never go below 5 or 6 anymore. I mean, it's just, you just get accustomed to running at such a high pain tolerance. It's just a way of life anymore. So I've been trying to find ways to do like a natural pain reliever, something that I don't have to rely on all your typical Midwestern medicine anymore, and you don't have to. Yes, I'm glad I have it, don't get me wrong, and I'm glad that, we've got good doctors that keep an eye on things, and there's always different drugs that can help out and make things a little bit easier for you. But one thing that I like doing, and I've explained many times in podcasts and stuff, is I enjoy the outdoors. I use every chance I can to try to get outside, whether it's sit on the deck or go for drives in the hills. I find some back roads that I do whatever I can to try to just take a break, sit on the tailgate, listen to nature, watch the animals run around. Anything that you basically can do to try to, basically get the stress of the mind off. That's what I do it for. But they're saying a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes a day of like if you were to sit out in the sun, which helps produce a lot more vitamin D. And vitamin D supplementation and stuff that can reduce chronic pain. Granted, it's probably not going to be good as the Midwestern medicine, but even if it can help cut things in half so you don't have to rely on medication quite so much, that's a complete win. And sitting outside, getting that fresh air, it does nothing but good things for you. So it also helps your immune system. I find that when I do that, it helps out my mood overall and stuff. So I think just enjoying the outdoors. A lot of people will go for walks. They'll go to the parks, walk around the neighborhood. It's just, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've done it where I've walked downtown and just checked out all of our local shops, and just by doing that, you get exposed to new things. You see new things. You can say hi to people. Sometimes you see somebody so you're out there talking, and it all of that helps reduce stress in the body, which ultimately helps out in the end. So to me, getting outside and enjoy the outdoors and walking around is a big help. Another thing, which this does work real well, I mean, we've got hot tubs and stuff, but soak in warm water. There's people that will add different things there to the warm water, and that's kind of coming up. I've got a couple things for that there down the road here. But it's wonderful for helping muscle pain and muscle spasms, even arthritis. Soaking in warm water, you get the warm water into the joints, you get them into your muscles and everything there. It's fantastic. So if you have access to like a deep bathtub, whirlpool, just anything like that there, just anything for like a warm pool of water, it's amazing how far that will go to take a lot of stress out of you. It's amazing. I mean, I think they recommend 15 to 20 minutes, and then you should hop out because you end up relaxing too much. It's pretty crazy, but it doesn't take long for your body just to kind of just and settle down, so you just automatically feel better. If you don't like soaking in water, there's another therapy that they call dry heat therapy. And to me, that is something I use a little bit more. You can use either a heating pad, you can use back wrap, you can use just anything that's going to, a heat pack that you warm up in the microwave. I've done those before too. But basically anything that you can take that and like put it on a sore spot there and put it on your body, that helps out. I've done that many, many, many times. It helps out my knees, my ankles, my back. I've done that before when my back's a little funkadelic there. Then what I do is I put it on my back, and that helps out. So that's another thing that I do to try to not take so much ibuprofen or arthritis medicine. I know a lot of people don't believe in these, but I know they work firsthand. Essential oils, and I think I don't use them a lot, but I have used them in the past, and I've done where you can either massage it on, put it in a massage oil and put it on your, your arm, your leg, whatever it is, to work it into the muscles. You can do it through aromatherapy, so that way you inhale it. There's a lot of very, very good essential oils out there that can help reduce stress, help reduce tension. They can help you sleep at night. There's things, basically like peppermint oil, rosemary, lavender is another good one. They're not 100%, and I know there's a lot of people going, oh, for Pete's sakes, you're going to talk about this. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it because you know what, and they've worked for me, and that's the only reason that I recommend them. And I've had friends that use them. They work well. They've used them on their pets. It's helped their pets out there for either seizures or muscle pains or anything like that there. It's amazing what they can do, but just be really, really careful. Make sure you read the label, so that way you don't get any complications, as in, like an allergic reaction or a toxic reaction or something like that there, just so you don't have any troubles. The last thing you want to do is trying to find help, and then all of a sudden you're putting more pain in your body and your things aren't working out. So just be really, really careful. Ask somebody that knows how to use them. They'll walk you through it. Most folks that sell essential oils, they've always been really, really nice to me. So another thing that I try, this one here, it works, but for me, I have the fear of being touched, which is also known as haptophobia. I don't like being touched, so this one I haven't done much, but I do know that it works. Massage therapy. Therapeutic massage basically gets the blood flow moving, reduces muscle tension, and it'll make you feel better. Basically, when they work the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments and on all that stuff there, as long as it's a qualified massage therapist, they can do amazing things. Back in the day before I had this phobia, I'd go in, either the chiropractor or a friend would massage shoulders or your arms or anything like that there. And it does make a monstrous difference. It can really take some pain away. But for somebody like me, it's just not an option, just because I do my best to stay away from, being touched. So this one didn't really, I'm sure it would work if I could get past that little hiccup. But I've had plenty of other people that tell me they think it does great. So that's a suggestion for you. Before you get moving, stretch and loosen up. I know that sounds kind of funny, but that kind of goes hand in hand with the working out or the walking or the running or whatever you want to do. Just remember to stretch and loosen up. Another one that works very well, I'm not real good at it yet, but I'm still learning how to do it, but to meditate and relax. Meditation is actually really, really good. It's hard to close out how busy your mind is, and you don't realize how busy your mind is until you sit there in the silence and you go, and you got 600 things running through your mind that you should be doing, you need to do, you need to pay the bills, you got to make this for supper, what is this for, what are we going to do for work, what are we going to do for fun, what are we going to do on the weekend, what do the kids need? I mean, if you sat there and just spent 30 seconds with no sound on whatsoever, dead silence, and just listened to your thoughts, it probably would scare you. And it did me in the beginning when I started trying to meditate. I'm not the best at it, and it takes me a while before I can get my mind to shut down enough to start letting the therapy of that actually work. Because once I did that and I finally got my mind to quiet down, the muscles, your body just basically just decompresses. It was really, really weird to feel that happen as I was trying to, learn, okay, don't think about this, don't think about that. I mean, that was really, really hard for me to do. Some people will hum, some people will have just soft, gentle, like a crick running or light breeze going or crickets or whatever it takes. I mean, I've also fired up YouTube, and they have on those there, they have the fireplaces that have the crackle and the snap. I don't like heat, so that's perfect because it just sits on the TV and runs. But to me, that one was the easiest one for me to do because I grew up with a wood burner in the house. So I was used to hearing that, and to me, it was therapeutic. It allowed my mind to slow down enough to where I could start getting some benefits out of meditation. So that might be another, good thing. Most of the time there, I start out, it takes me 10 minutes to get my mind quieted down. It takes forever. But after that, then I typically will just sit for another 15 minutes somewhere there and just allow my mind to slow down. And you can sit for as long as you want. I mean, it's completely up to you. I mean, once you start doing it, I think you'll realize the benefits that come out of it. It's pretty incredible there. And it helps control, popping pills or whatever it is there, because everything hurts. And we do enough abuse to our body on a daily basis. I mean, how many times do you run into a door, you run into a cabinet or a corner of something there, and all of a sudden you got a bruise, or your arm hurts, or your elbow hurts, or when you hit the funny bone and you don't laugh. I have yet to figure out who named it the funny bone, but when I find out who it is, we're gonna have words. That's all I know. So the mind is a powerful thing. So this one here actually works. I've done this quite a few times. Imagine yourself in a better place. Like I said, it kind of goes hand in hand with meditation to me. But if you can just imagine yourself sitting along a lake, or out in the ocean, or in a boat just floating and relaxing, or laying out in the sun, sunbathing, whatever it takes for you to get your mind to slow down. A lot of people, I've heard it called guided imagery before. So basically what that does is it slows your mind down. It's going to slow the pain receptors down. It actually helps. It takes a while. This one here, it takes a little bit more to get something out of it there, but I have done it, and it does actually work there. So if you just think of yourself in a positive, uplifting place, it has actually helped me in the past. Another thing that I have done, thanks to my weight loss journey, is I've swapped out more anti-inflammatory foods, and I've worked them into my overall diet. I've worked in more fruits, veggies, grains, nuts. Basically, I started eating fish, so that way you get the omega-3 fatty acids. All of that actually, and it really has actually helped reduce some of the pain. I still have lots of pain, but even if I can cut the pain pills that I take there to get through a day in half, to me that is a huge win. I mean, my liver feels better and everything else goes right along with it. I think it's by swapping that stuff out, I think it's helped my migraines out. There's so much that just better food. I know it's expensive. There's no doubt about it, but better food actually goes a long ways for helping your body out and making things a little bit better for you. They have said, like, the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet contain a lot of anti-inflammatory foods, which is going to help your heart out in the end. Anything to try to treat your body a little bit better is just going to make you feel a little bit better in the end. And the last thing that I've tried many times, and I do everything in my power to do it several times a day, is laugh more often. I know that sounds funny, and it sounds like, oh, that's too simple. And it really is. But laughing and stuff there increases your blood circulation and your oxygen intake. and it also raises your body's level of endorphins. They're a natural painkiller that rolls through your body. It's weird. I mean, it's just to tell a joke there. I mean, that's why I end all my podcasts with the dad joke of the day, because it makes everybody happy. It puts a smile on your face. And I know you roll your eyes and everything else there. And like I said before there, people are coming to me now and bringing dad jokes to me. And I think that's fantastic. So the more you can laugh, the better off you are. It just helps with stress level, helps with the mental. It's incredible for just what a simple joke can do. There's many times that, somebody tells me a joke, I'll sit there and then I'll deep breathe a couple, for 30 seconds, and the stress seems to roll off. Things just feel better. Things don't hurt quite so bad. So it's another idea. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know, but I've always had good luck with laughing. So, there's really nothing bad about it. Give it a try and, tell a funny joke, or it's really great when you can get them to roll their eyes if you tell a dad joke. You can see them. It's just like, seriously, that's what you're going to go with. It's like, every time, love every bit of it. So there are some other things that I've also looked into, like herbs and spices that work as a natural painkiller, and they'll help with inflammation in your body, your joints and muscles and everything there. To me, I haven't tried too many of them, but I have tried a little bit. Some of the things that I haven't tried all of these, but I was doing some research and they're saying that these help out a lot. The first one there is tart cherries help ease pain and suppress inflammatory compounds. 2 teaspoons of tart cherries taken as a shot help in alleviating the pain of like headaches and joint pains in your body. So that might be something that you want to try out. A spice, I have tried cooking with this a little bit more, is turmeric. They say that really, really helps out with anti-inflammatory as well. It's going to help relieve muscle pain and swelling. You can drink it as a tea. You can mix it in with milk. You can mix it in your food. Basically, however you want to, work it into your system. That's a good one. This one I'm not overly fond of, so this one I haven't tried too much. Ginger. I am not a ginger fan, but if there's something out there that might help you with arthritis pain, cramps, and muscle soreness, this is it. They're saying this actually works very, very well for those things. Another one that I have done this one here, just basically because I like it, is peppermint. It's really, really good and anti-inflammatory. Boy, I cannot say that word today. I give up today. They help alleviate pain, muscle spasms. You can drink peppermint tea, or you can just chew on some leaves. However, get it in. It works great for me for when I have an upset stomach or I bottom out. It helps level things back out again. Or if I eat something that I shouldn't, that I haven't eaten for a while, peppermint helps me with that one. Any kind of the mint, basically, that always helps me. Another one that they say there is clove. They say that can really, really help with headaches, arthritis, and toothaches. I have done it for toothaches before because I have had quite a few toothaches, and it actually does work. You just apply kind of like a paste and put it on your mouth, on your toofers, and it takes a few minutes there, but it actually does help. I've had other people that have told me they've tried it, didn't work for them. It's just a hit and miss thing of what's going to work, what's not going to work. But for me, it did work. So then I had a friend there that kind of had me try, which this actually works, is a lavender oil. That actually really, really helped, which is scary because I actually went into it very closed-minded, and I shouldn't have. I should have opened my mind up and just, okay, this is what we're going to do. But basically rubbing lavender oil on wherever it's sore actually helped. It actually kind of smells good too. There's stuff you smell like lilacs when you're walking around. That's why I tell everybody I smell like lilacs, because I actually use it once in a while, and it does help. Rosemary oil, that is really, really good for helping with pain. Basically, it helps with the brain receptors to help, with headaches, muscles, and joint pains. It helps with inflammation. It relaxes your muscles, and actually has been proven to boost brain health and memory. So I probably better start taking that by a 55-gallon drum. So with my memory going bad, given my age and then going everything here, I could use all the help I can get. So The last oil that I've done some research on is eucalyptus oil. It's really, and I have tried this too, and it's good. It helps soothe the pain. It doesn't fully take it away, but it helps with, sometimes my ankles will get swollen. It will help with that. Inhaling eucalyptus oil helps with muscle and joint pain. I've done this before. Dilute it with what's called a carrier oil. That way, if you're going to put it on your skin or whatever, and you just basically put it into like an olive oil or a coconut oil, and what that does is it dilutes it a little bit, so that way you don't get like a rash or it doesn't burn or anything like that. So those are some oils that can help you. But all of those things, I've tried most of them out, and they do help. Anything to try to stay away from taking more of your regular ibuprofen or your aspirins or anything like that. Anything to try to help out in that area, I try to trying to find new things, trying to open my mind up a little bit more. I've been extremely closed-minded most of my life, and through all of this, I've had to try different things. I've had to see things from a different light. So this is just, I'm just more accepting of some of these different types of therapy, and let me know what you think of them. I would love to. If they help you, please let me know. I would absolutely love to hear if they taking away. Anytime you can take away pain out of the body, we deal with enough pain. We hurt enough. If there's a way to naturally help out the body and make things a little bit better, then hey, I'm all for it. I mean, I hurt every day. Some days it's hard to get out of bed because it hurts so bad, but I have bills to pay and a family to take care of, so you push through. So if there's a way that you can actually find a way to reduce some stress and reduce some, the brain fogs and just muscle pains, then hey, I'm all for it. Sign me up for that one. But on to the third and final segment of today's podcast, putting in the work necessary to lose weight. I am not going to make many friends with this section. I know that right now. But some of the things that I'm going to say have to be said because I had to hear them myself. I did not like them. Sometimes the truth hurts. And this is going to be a section where the truth is going to hurt. So don't send me too much hate mail on this one here. But putting in the work necessary to lose the weight. I'm going to say this right out of the shotgun just before we get started and everything. Just know you must put in the time and effort to lose the weight. There's no simple fix. There is no quick fix. There is no magic pill. There is nothing. Just know, keep in mind, this weight that you have, the excess weight, did not go on overnight. It is not going to come off overnight. Would I love to be able to have a magic wand and just, or snap my fingers and boom, you're skinny and toned? I would do it in a second to make things easier for you. Unfortunately, I don't know of any science or any magic out there that actually allows that to happen. So unfortunately, like I said, I'm going to get probably some hate mail for this one, but you have to put the time in and effort to lose the weight. There's just no other way of saying it. There's no quick fix. There's no easy way out. Do I miss using food as a as a soothing mechanism thing to help me through, rough times, stress and everything else? Yes. Oh my God. There are days that it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to get through this. I don't know if I can continue down this road. But I just know I have to be here for my son. I have to be here for my family, my friends, my puppy. I have responsibilities here. So I knew that when I would sit in my chair before I started my weight loss, and I would walk out on the deck, and I sounded like Darth Vader breathing, trying to get out to the deck, and then moving around in the yard. I couldn't do anything. I knew I had to make changes. I mean, that was just one of the eye-opening things of, guess what? Fat boy, you got to start losing weight, or guess what? You're not going to be around here for your son and your puppy and everybody else that relies on you. You're the rock that holds people together. You take that rock away, those people are going to suffer. They're going to be miserable. They're going to, it's going to be rough for them. I don't want to do that to them. That's the last thing I want to do. I want to make it as easy as I can for them, take care of them, be there for them. If I can take some stress off of them, that's what I want to do. And that's my job as a father, as a friend. That's my job. And I couldn't do it while being over 300 pounds overweight. And it took a long time before I finally admitted to myself, I got a problem. problem. I got to do something different. I got to make changes whether I want to or not. I have to make the changes. I have to put the time in to lose the weight. Do I like sitting there counting calories? Do I like, driving by a bakery and smelling the fresh bakery going? Or, God forbid, driving by a Krispy Kreme donut and knowing that I would like to down about 3 dozen other donuts because those things are so amazing, especially when they come right out of the oven. Oh my God. I would have a hard time driving by. I have to avoid them. So I'll be honest, I would drive into the drive-thru and everything else there. 3 dozen, bring them over. Come on now. Use that green cart. It's no problem. Roll them over here. Yep, I'll take 3 more on half price. No problem. That's 6 dozen. That'll get me through the next 2 hours. I would be in so much trouble because then I would go and I'd probably buy a pallet of Mountain Dew and I would just throw my whole weight loss journey right out the window. Those products are awesome. I love them, and I do miss having Krispy Kreme donuts. I still have my Mountain Dew. Don't get me wrong, there's stuff there, but I just knew that the road that I was going down, I couldn't do it. So for now, they're on hold. I will work them back in. When I get to the weight that I'm at, there's no way that I'm going to give them up. I mean, there's just certain things in your life that it's like, I have to have one of those donuts. It's just one of those things. But for now, I have to be good because I need to be here for my family and friends and my puppies. So I just keep moving forward. I just have to find a way to be strong. And like I've told through this whole thing, I find other therapies. I find other ways of processing the pain that I've went through, the hurt, the stress, the problems, the headaches. You just find new ways of dealing with them. So am I where I want to be with my weight? No, I'm not. I'm not there yet. Am I happy with who I see in the mirror, weight-wise? No. As basically as a good human being, yes. I had to make changes. I had to get rid of grudges. I had to, just all. There was a lot of anger that was built up inside me, and I had to get rid of that. So, am I happy with who I see in the mirror? It's kind of like a half-half thing. No, because I'm still way too fat. I'm not happy where I'm at with that in there. But for who I'm becoming as a better person, yes, I'm happy in that respect. Am I happy with the progress that I've made to this point? Yes, I'm very happy with it. I honestly didn't think I could get this far. I figured after the first month or two, I would just crash and burn and go back to having 6 pizzas and, a large Mountain Dew to wash it all down with. But I just realized I can't do it. Would I go back to my old ways and who I was before I started my journey? No, I would not go back to that. And, it's nice because I can get up. You don't know how bad it is until try sitting on the floor and try to get up when you have all that extra weight. Oh my God, it took me forever. It's just like, okay, yeah, you want to back the tow truck over here? I need some help getting up. And I realized it's those things that you realize, and it's like, wow, what am I doing to myself? No wonder everything hurts. No wonder, I was terrified to sit in certain chairs because I knew that I would crush them. I'd sit in certain lawn chairs and you'd fall right through them. You could just see the aluminum legs just buckle because it's like, keep dreaming if you think you're going to sit in me. So those are the things that I started to pay attention to. And then that's when it kind of told me that, wow, I really do. I got a problem. I got to make changes. We got to do something different here. Where am I where I want to be with my mental health? No. But I would say I've 75, 85, 80% there. I've come a long ways with my mental health and how I see things, how I look at things. I'm really proud of the journey that I've made on that there, and the healing that I have done to get myself to this point, and that's all due to my weight loss journey. I didn't do any of that stuff, or not a lot of it there prior to this. So this has been, it helps in the mental area. Do I feel that I can do better with my thinking or prejudging somebody? Yes. It's a human nature. We all do it. There's no way to stop it, but everybody judges somebody in the first 3-4 seconds. Somebody new, or you look at them, you automatically sum them up. No matter how hard you try, you automatically do it, and I have done everything in my power to try to stop doing that. but you can't. But what I can do, what I can control is what I do with that judgment is I allow myself to get to know that person, because just because they look like maybe they got, different colored hair, or they have earrings or lots of tattoos or anything like that there, they can be really misconcerting. I mean, it was just like, okay, I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. So I'm very, very careful with my thinking and my prejudgment anymore. For me, I'm growing as a person. It's sad that, I'm 48 years old and it's taken me that long to get to that point, but I'm getting there. I'm making forward progress. It's not, it's not, like I said, it's not happening overnight. I just can't do it overnight. There's too many changes. I have done so many changes, even if you go back for the past 3 years. Basically when we were all going through COVID and going through that ungodly nightmare, and there's been so much that I've lost, but, and I try to look at, there's also so much that I've gained. I'm so grateful. My son has stuck with me right by my side all the way through all of this stuff, and he continues to. I mean, he's a rock for me, and he makes me see things differently. I have to, process things differently. So it's to me that's it goes a long way. So I'm just a work in progress. That's who I am. I'm human. I'm no different than anybody else out there. I'm just trying to make it day to day. Go to work. Make money so I can pay bills and keep a roof over my head. But one good thing that has come out of my life through all this here is I get to talk to all of you. You're making me a part of your life. You're listening to me in your commute to work or your home, or while you're sitting at your desk, or you're sitting out on the deck, or whenever you listen. I mean, I've had people tell me they listen while they walk, when they're working out. It's just amazing because it makes me feel good. But I just continue to be, like I said, a work in progress. I think I'm a better friend now. I think I'm a better father. Now, whether that's right or not, I honestly don't know. I'm not 100% sure, and I probably never fully know. But I keep trying to take steps to move forward and be a better person every day while trying to help people as much as I possibly can. Have I made mistakes in my life? Oh, good Lord, yes. Many, many mistakes. I continue to make mistakes. I just can't change the past. There's some things in my past that I'm really embarrassed about. I wish I could just go back, snap my fingers, go back, fix it, and then come forward, but I can't. So all I can do is I can control on how I react and what I do for the future, and that's what my whole weight loss journey is all about, is the mental aspect of it, the physical aspect of it, and the growth that I'm doing as a person. Am I perfect? No, like I've said, but I'm continuing to move forward, and I just keep trying to be a better person, a better father, a better friend, as much as I possibly can. But really, all I can say is, like I said, you're gonna have to put the time in to lose the weight. There is no quick fix. There is no easy way of doing it. There's going to be pain along the way. There's going to be setbacks. You're going to fall off the horse. You'll get back on it. As long as you keep trying and keep moving forward, just know that, I'm hoping something in these podcasts will help you. You'll be able to get something out of them to make things a little bit better, a little bit easier. That's all I can hope for. I love hearing from you guys. You're starting to talk to me a little bit more, sending me emails, conversing back and forth. I'm talking to people out in public. They're telling me about, what they like about the podcast. Just know that every step of the way, as long as and I've said it many times, even if you only lose a pound a week, that is still incredible. That's 4 pounds a month. You're going the right way. And what that is per year, that's 50 pounds a year, 50 plus pounds a year. That's incredible. Just remember that you're going the right way, and these changes take time. They don't happen overnight. The changes that you're going to incorporate into your life by eating the better food, removing the junk food out of the house, getting a little more exercise, all of that stuff all goes towards a better life, a stronger body, and like I said, it helps in the mental area too. So hopefully you can process things and basically just become, a better person like I have. I mean, I was, really, really hateful and distrustful and everything else before. I'm learning. I'm not saying that, I'm born again or anything like that there, but I'm learning as a person. I mean, nobody has all the answers. I sure don't. Good Lord, if you looked in the dictionary under the word perfect, my picture is not going to be pictured beside it. I'm just going to be honest. That isn't going to happen. But I keep trying, keep talking to people, keep working with people. For the most part, most of our race and stuff, they're good folks. They're just trying to get through day to day while trying to pay the bills and keep food on the table. So just all I ask is that you either start or continue on with your own weight loss journey. I don't regret one single moment starting mine. I'll be very, very honest. I wish I would have started sooner. It's probably my biggest regret is I wish I would have gotten rolling a little bit faster with it. Life might have been a little bit easier for me, but I don't know. But the thing is I've started it. I'm heading down the road, and I'm going to get to that finish line just like what you're going to get to. You're going to make it. We're going to be able to celebrate together and enjoy, swap pictures or whatever it is and stuff there to show, hey, this is how far I've come. I'm proud, and you have every right to be. Remember, even if you lose just a couple pounds a month, it doesn't matter. You're still going the right direction. That's still amazing. That's, you're not gaining, you're losing. That's awesome. That's, all I can say is keep rolling. You're doing fantastic. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I will continue to do. So I'm going to end the podcast there. I'm noticing on the computer here, I'm starting to run out of time because I still got to get my joke in. But I just also wanted to say thank you for always listening to the podcast. It means the world to me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Make sure you on your platforms, you like, you share, you comment on the pages. I can't thank you enough for all of that one there. Make sure if you can rate 5 stars, tell your friends and family. The podcast is growing. We're getting bigger. We're getting heard by more people. And I want to help all of you. You're my extended family. I want to be able to be there for as many people as I can, to help as many people as I can, because that's what's going to get us all across the finish line when all's said and done. So thank you again for always listening in. So I'm going to close out the day with my dad joke of the day. So because I absolutely like knowing that you're going to groan and roll your eyes. So here we go. Here's the dad joke of the day. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! I love that one there. I couldn't wait to tell you there. So, all right, thanks for joining in. I can't thank you enough there for making me a part of your day. Thanks for your comments and everything else there. Remember, you got this. I believe in you. You're going to cross that finish line without any doubts in my mind. And always, all my love and support, Sean.